I'm Christy Duffy for SmarTrend News. Today is Tuesday, August 3rd, and this is your opening bell market update. U.S. stock futures are trading lower Tuesday ahead of a deluge of economic and earnings reports due out. Economic reports due out include personal income and spending, factory orders, and pending home sales. The Commerce Department is expected to report that income rose by 0.2% in June and spending rose by 0.1%, both at a slower pace than in May. The report is due out 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Economists expect that factory orders dropped by 0.5% in May. That report due out 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And the National Association of Realtors is expected to report that its index of pending home sales rose to 78.1 in June, up from 77.6 in May. The report due out 10 a.m. Eastern. In corporate news, Pfizer reported adjusted second quarter EPS of 62 cents, topping the street estimate of 52 cents per share. Revenues for the quarter rose 58% year over year to $17.3 billion, ahead of consensus estimates of $16.65 billion. Emerson Electric Company reported third quarter EPS of 78 cents, beating the street estimate of 68 cents per share. Revenues rose by 11% year over year to $5.64 billion, ahead of the street estimate of $5.57 billion. Now taking a look at market futures this morning, the Dow Jones Industrial Average futures trading 17 points below fair value, the S&P 500 trading 1.5 points below fair value, and the Nasdaq trading 0.25 point below fair value. Now for more perspective on what's happening in the markets today, let's turn it to Andy Zamfotis from Lagard Capital. Good morning, Andy.
Morning, Christy. Well, a strong start to the month yesterday with the Dow up about 2%. The equities continue to rally in the face of some economic headwinds. Even this morning, we had the Wall Street Journal lead with a story about how the Fed is considering buying treasuries. Not something you would normally expect to see if the economy was moving ahead, at a pretty good pace. And that could be why the treasury yields are still remaining at pretty low levels. The 10-year at 2.9%. That's pretty low, given where equities are implying the economy may be headed. And in the past, when the bond market and equity market kind of differ, the bond market usually has had it right. So we'll have to see if that trend continues this time around. Big earnings day today. We've had Pfizer, Procter & Gamble, MasterCard, and a whole bunch of other companies. Pfizer already reported better than expected earnings. Procter & Gamble was a bit light. So we'll kind of look into those details and see what's happening there. Procter & Gamble usually a pretty good indicator of consumer strength. The economic calendar is also pretty full. We have personal income and spending, we have home sales, and then we have vehicle sales later on in the day. Right now, the S&P 500 is at the 50% retracement level from the 2007 highs. That's been a key level in the past. We got there a few months ago and failed there. So it'll be interesting to see if we can hold that on a weekly basis, especially with the unemployment data due out on Friday. That level is 1121. I think traders should kind of keep an eye on it and see how we hang around there for the rest of the week.
Thank you so much for your insight. I'm Christy Duffy for SmarTrend News. For more news and market analysis, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's Trade the Trend. Also visit our website, tradethetrend.com, for more headlines.